Want to speak real Hungarian from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at HungarianPod101.com.
10 phrases you always want to hear. Let's go! Ma nagyon jól nézel ki. You look great today. Ma nagyon jól nézel ki. You look great today. Say it to someone you want to cheer up, or like you meet someone who is dressed up really nice, looking great, and then just say, ma nagyon jól nézel ki, and they'll be super happy. Hiányzol. I miss you. Hiányzol. I miss you. I don't know any situation, I'm not dramatic. I miss people, but it's like, I don't know, when I hear this word and like even the English, it's like I imagine some like romantic drama and like, you know, people freaking out about each other and things like that. Nagyszerű munkát végeztél. You did a great job. Nagyszerű munkát végeztél. You did a great job. If I want to tell this sentence to our HungarianPod101.com users, then I would say, nagyszerű munkát végeztetek. Bónuszt kapunk a hónap végén. We are going to get a bonus at the end of the month. Bónuszt kapunk a hónap végén. We are going to get a bonus at the end of the month. Yay! Te egy remek szakács vagy. You're an excellent cook. Te egy remek szakács vagy. You're an excellent cook. I like cooking, so when someone says it to me, I'm really happy. How about you? Are you enjoying cooking? Have you ever heard this from anyone? Please let us know. Tarts egy kis szünetet. Ma én takarítok. Take a break. I'll do the cleaning today. Tarts egy kis szünetet. Ma én takarítok. Take a break. I'll do the cleaning today. Who doesn't like to hear this? Seriously. Yeah. I want to hear it more often. Igazad volt. You were right. Igazad volt. You were right. I think this expression is something what people don't really like to admit. Do you say you were right to someone in a situation? Let us know. Hoztam neked valami különlegeset. I brought you something special. Hoztam neked valami különlegeset. I brought you something special. I brought you something special this lesson. Ma hamarabb mehetünk haza. We can go home earlier today. Ma hamarabb mehetünk haza. We can go home earlier today. This was the magic sentence at school when our lesson was cancelled and people felt like, yes, you hit like lottery or something. It was a really good feeling. So, you know, it's always a good thing if you can go home earlier. Hagyd csak, a vendégem voltál. Don't worry about it, you were my guest. Hagyd csak, a vendégem voltál. Don't worry about it, you were my guest. Again, it's something very nice to hear from someone. 10 phrases to amaze native speakers. Köszönöm, de igazság szerint nem ez az anyanyelvem. Thank you, but I'm not a native speaker actually. Köszönöm, de igazság szerint nem ez az anyanyelvem. Thank you, but I'm not a native speaker actually. If you are super fluent in the language and then people comment or even think that you are from that country and then you say that, then people are going to be really surprised. Mindössze 1 évbe telt, hogy megtanuljak folyékonyan beszélni. It took me only 1 year to become fluent. Mindössze egy évbe telt, hogy megtanuljak folyékonyan beszélni. It took me only 1 year to become fluent. When people ask you how long have you been studying a language and then you say it took you just a year to become fluent, then it's definitely impressive. 3 éven belül anyanyelvi szinten fogok magyarul beszélni. I'll speak Hungarian like a native speaker in 3 years. 3 éven belül anyanyelvi szinten fogok magyarul beszélni. I'll speak Hungarian like a native speaker in 3 years. Please challenge yourself and let us know if it worked out. I'm really curious how long it took for our viewers to get in, not only into native level, but like just conversational level. Try it. 10 éve tanulok magyarul. I've been learning Hungarian for 10 years. 10 éve tanulok magyarul. I've been learning Hungarian for 10 years. How about you? How long have you been studying Hungarian? Please let us know in the comment section. Magyar filmeket felirat nélkül is tudok nézni. I can watch Hungarian movies without subtitles. Magyar filmeket felirat nélkül is tudok nézni. I can watch Hungarian movies without subtitles. To be able to watch Hungarian movies without subtitles, I think you have to be pretty much on a native speaker level. Depends on the movie too, but sometimes you hear slangs or regional language, then that could be a little bit difficult to understand. I think it's a good challenge to try how fluent you are to watch a movie without the subtitles and then, for example, have a discussion with your friends about the movie afterwards. That could be a really good practice. Meg tudok jegyezni 50 magyar szót egy nap alatt. I can memorize 50 Hungarian words a day. Meg tudok jegyezni 50 magyar szót egy nap alatt. I can memorize 50 Hungarian words a day. Memorizing 50 words a day is pretty impressive. I think I've never tried that much. A magyar nyelv szórakoztató és könnyen tanulható. Hungarian is fun and easy to learn. A magyar nyelv szórakoztató és könnyen tanulható. Hungarian is fun and easy to learn. That's right. Hungarian language is very interesting, I think. We have a lot of sounds, various ways how we can talk about something or even say a word. Because of that, our literature is pretty rich as well. If you're looking for a fun language, which is not really widespread yet, then please try out Hungarian. A magyar nyelven kívül egyéb nyelveken is beszélek. Apart from knowing Hungarian, I can speak a few other languages as well. A magyar nyelven kívül egyéb nyelveken is beszélek. Apart from knowing Hungarian, I can speak a few other languages as well. I speak Hungarian, English, and Japanese fluently. How about you? How many languages do you speak? Magamtól tanulok magyarul. I'm learning Hungarian all by myself. Magamtól tanulok magyarul. I'm learning Hungarian all by myself. That's very impressive, I think, if people ask you, how do you study Hungarian? And if you say, oh, it's all by myself because I'm interested, then they'll be both happy and impressed. I wonder if there are any sources in your country to study Hungarian, or are you going to language school, or do you take lessons from a teacher, or are you just studying on your own? I'm very interested, so please let us know in the comment section. Gyakran beszélek magyarul álmomban. I often speak in Hungarian in my dream. Gyakran beszélek magyarul álmomban. I often speak in Hungarian in my dream. That's a very interesting thing, that if you get to that level that you start to think and even dream in a foreign language, then Probably you're really good at it. 10 ways to remember words. Let's go! Ismétléssel. Ismétléssel. Through repetition. Ismétléssel. Through repetition. Ismétléssel tanultam meg a verset. Ismétléssel tanultam meg a verset. I learned the poem through repetition. Well, this is how I used to learn poems at school. I was going section by section, and it usually worked, so this is a good way to remember words. TV-sorozatokat néz feliratosan. TV-sorozatokat néz feliratosan. To watch a TV series with subtitles. TV-sorozatokat néz feliratosan. To watch a TV series with subtitles. A barátnőm amerikai tévésorozatokat néz feliratosan. A barátnőm amerikai tévésorozatokat néz feliratosan. My friend watches American TV series with subtitles. Then I would recommend watching a Hungarian animation series because, yeah, those were pretty good back then. Like, for example, Mézga család. Yeah, it's really funny. It's the translation is Mézga family. Mézga is the family name of the family members. And yeah, it's very funny. I would recommend that. Írásban gyakorol. Írásban gyakorol. To practice by writing. Írásban gyakorol. To practice by writing. A diák írásban gyakorolja a nyelvtant. A diák írásban gyakorolja a nyelvtant. The student practices grammar by writing. It's not always necessary to know how to write the language, but of course it's better if you know how to write the actual words properly. And with Hungarian, it's not that tricky. We usually pronounce words the way they are written. Hangosan olvas. Hangosan olvas. To read out loud. Hangosan olvas. To read out loud. Mikor szöveget memorizálok, hangosan olvasom a sorokat. Mikor szöveget memorizálok, hangosan olvasom a sorokat. When I memorize a text, I read the lines out loud. And that's true, that's what I do. That's how I used to study when I was a student, and even now when I try to memorize something and I'm at home, I prefer to read the lines out loud. It really helps. I think a lot of senses, if they are involved, and not only, your eyes that you read the text, but you can also kind of hear yourself saying what you want to memorize. You get more channels involved, and then you can memorize things better. Please try it when you learn Hungarian. And on HungarianPod101.com, we also have a feature called Voice Recorder Tool. And if you click that, you can record your own voice and play it back and compare it to the native speaker. So if you learn Hungarian through our site, please use that feature. Történeteket talál ki. Történeteket talál ki. To make up stories. Történeteket talál ki. To make up stories. A képzelőereje erősítése érdekében történeteket talál ki. A képzelőereje erősítése érdekében történeteket talál ki. To strengthen her imagination, She makes up stories. Well, I personally think of how to present what I want to say. I like to present it, in a funny way, or that they enjoy my story, basically, even though it's not something like a fantasy or a made-up story. Hallás után memorizál. Hallás után memorizál. To memorize by listening. Hallás után memorizál. To memorize by listening. Hallás után memorizáltam a tegnapi előadást. Hallás után memorizáltam a tegnapi előadást. I memorized yesterday's lecture by listening. Yeah, there were some classmates which were able to do that. And I was always so jealous because I think I always had to look at my notes and study more at home. I couldn't just sit in a lecture and then remember everything the next day. So yeah, I really admire people who are able to do that. Egyszerű szövegeket olvas. Egyszerű szövegeket olvas. To read simple texts. Egyszerű szövegeket olvas. To read simple texts. Mikor egy új nyelvet tanulok, először egyszerű szövegeket olvasok. Mikor egy új nyelvet tanulok, először egyszerű szövegeket olvasok. When I study a new language, first, I read simple texts. I heard that when you learn a new language, and if you learn a more complicated language, then it's better to start with books for kids, because those are designed in a more special way. I guess different associations like images, sound, what helps children or people who don't speak that language memorize the words or simple sentences better. Yeah, if I want to start a new language, then I would definitely try it out. Dalszövegeket tartalmazó dalokat hallgat. Dalszövegeket tartalmazó dalokat hallgat. To listen to songs with lyrics. Dalszövegeket tartalmazó dalokat hallgat. To listen to songs with lyrics. Megkönnyíti a nyelvtanulást, ha dalszövegeket tartalmazó dalokat hallgatsz az adott nyelven. Megkönnyíti a nyelvtanulást, ha dalszövegeket tartalmazó dalokat hallgatsz az adott nyelven. Learning a language is easy if you listen to songs in that language with the lyrics. That was something that I used to do. I was listening to my favorite band, and sometimes I tried to sing the songs, sing the lyrics, and I think it helped a little with the pronunciation of words that I didn't know before. And it's a fun way to learn something new, so I recommend that method as well. Alvás előtt ismétel. Alvás előtt ismétel. To repeat before going to sleep. Alvás előtt ismétel. To repeat before going to sleep. Alvás előtt mindig elismétlem az új szavakat, amiket aznap hallottam. Alvás előtt mindig elismétlem az új szavakat, amiket aznap hallottam. I always repeat the new words I heard during the day before going to sleep. When I was working in a different country, I used to Well, I use English during work, but I heard other people using that particular language of the country, and if I caught a word which was completely new for me, I tried to take a note, then in my free time look it up in a dictionary, and then just to check it again at the end of the day or before starting working again the next day. And yeah, it was helping me a lot. Barátokkal beszélget. Barátokkal beszélget. To talk with friends. Barátokkal beszélget. To talk with friends. Sokat segít a nyelvtanulásban, ha külföldi barátokkal beszélgetsz. Sokat segít a nyelvtanulásban, ha külföldi barátokkal beszélgetsz. It helps a lot in language learning if you talk with your foreign friends. My advice is that even if you're shy, it's very, very beneficial to talk to someone who is native in that other language. I think they will understand that you're still in the learning process, so they won't expect you to speak, perfect. The reason why I think it's very important is that you get a chance to use the language and to express your thoughts in a conversation rather than just writing an essay or just practice on your own, which are also important, but I think if you're in a situation where you have to improvise, it's more intense. It can help you to put the language in actual use and will help you to be more brave to use the language, and your brain is going to push you through to achieve this goal. Top 10 compliments you always want to hear. Let's go. Jó képű vagy. Jó képű vagy. You're handsome. Jó képű vagy. You're handsome. Say this compliment to men because we use this word jó képű towards men. Yes. Okos vagy. Okos vagy. You're smart. Okos vagy. You're smart. You can use this with everyone. Te egy fantasztikus barát vagy. Te egy fantasztikus barát vagy. You're an awesome friend. Te egy fantasztikus barát vagy. You're an awesome friend. Please use this compliment to your friends. They will be very happy. Nagyon jó ötlet. Nagyon jó ötlet. Very nice idea. Nagyon jó ötlet. Very nice idea. I usually use it when I'm with my friends and they suggest something fun to do, and then I want to express how happy I am about it, and then I just say, nagyon jó ötlet. Let's go to the zoo! Menjünk az állatkertbe! Very nice idea! Nagyon jó ötlet! Az önéletrajza lenyűgöző. Az önéletrajza lenyűgöző. Your resume is impressive. Az önéletrajza lenyűgöző. Your resume is impressive. This is really nice to hear when you're in a job interview or when you get the result. And as an employer, I would be happy to say it to the person. Yes. Nagyszerű munka. Nagyszerű munka. Great job. Nagyszerű munka. Great job. I like using this compliment in regular daily life. Yeah, I like complimenting people, so I think this is something that what I like to use to show my appreciation towards other people. So, Hungarian pod students, great job. Nagyszerű munka. Jól áll rajtad az a Jackie. Jól áll rajtad az a Jackie. That jacket looks nice on you. Jól áll rajtad az a Jackie. That jacket looks nice on you. Say this when you are going shopping with your friend and they ask your opinion about an item, a jacket that they want to buy. And if you think that it fits them and looks good on them, use this compliment. Also, you can use this when you meet someone and you think that their jacket looks awesome. You can use this in both situations. Jó ízlésed van. Jó ízlésed van. You have good taste. Jó ízlésed van. You have a good taste. I'm happy when I hear this as a compliment. Szép a mosolyod. Szép a mosolyod. Your smile is beautiful. Szép a mosolyod. Your smile is beautiful. This is a very nice compliment and it makes people happy. So smiling is always good, and I think every smiley face is beautiful in a way, definitely, because it shows happiness and it brightens up the person's face and emotions and everything. So I like this compliment and I like saying this compliment. Gyönyörűen nézel ki. Gyönyörűen nézel ki. You look gorgeous. Gyönyörűen nézel ki. You look gorgeous. Use this compliment if you would like to compliment on someone's look in Hungarian in a more on-the-top way, so stronger than just you look great today. Ma nagyon jól nézel ki. So if you say gyönyörűen nézel ki, it's an extra. That person is amazed about how you look. In Hungary, it's more common to say to women, so use it with women.
Want to finally start speaking in your target language? In this guide, you'll discover the top 7 ways to practice speaking on your own with our lessons. Let's begin. Number 1, shadowing. Shadowing is a proven learning technique where all you do is repeat what you hear in order to practice speaking. So access any audio or video lesson on the site and press the play button to start. Then, as you listen or watch, just repeat the conversations. Or, even easier, read along out loud with the dialogue section. The script is right there in front of you. With our lessons, you can master entire conversations, just like that. Number 2, read out loud. I just mentioned it, but reading out loud is another powerful tactic and deserves its own mention. With every lesson, you get written transcripts and translations. So, as you play the lesson, read the dialogue out loud as you hear it. Why? By reading out loud, you're also practicing your speaking skills. You can do this with the lesson notes, the lesson transcript, or the dialogue tool. With the dialogue tool, you can listen to each line again and again, and repeat out loud until you master them all. Number 3, speed up your reading to speed up your speaking. Being able to speak without thinking is a sign of language mastery. If you're talking to a native and can respond quickly, they'll assume that you're fairly fluent. How can you do this? When you read out loud, try increasing your speed a little bit every time. So, start by reading with the dialogue tool. If you're like most learners, you'll read the first line slowly. That's because you're still getting used to the words, which is okay. Reread it. On your second try, you know most of the words, and you'll read a little faster. Reread it again. On your third try, you'll be even faster, at a native speaker's speed. And being able to read these phrases out loud and fast will help you speak fast. Number 4, record and compare yourself with native speakers. In order to sound like a native speaker, you must imitate native speakers. So here's how. Access the voice recorder, which is in the dialogue study tool in every lesson. Click on the microphone icon. Listen to the native speaker's audio, and then record yourself. You can then compare the two recordings side by side and practice and try again and again until you perfect your pronunciation. Number 5, get feedback from our Premium Plus teacher. If you're learning by yourself and don't have access to real teachers, then you can always get feedback from our Premium Plus teachers. With the My Teacher tool, you can record yourself speaking and send the audio file to the teacher. They'll review it and tell you what to improve and how. That's it. Number 6, level up your speaking with Premium Plus assignments. With Premium Plus, you can also get assignments that cover reading, writing, listening, and even speaking from your teacher. These assignments can be tailored to your goals and needs. You get a new one every week, or anytime you're ready for a new one. Number 7, get even more lessons in the lesson library. If you want even more lessons on speaking and conversations, visit our lesson library and under Category, choose Conversation. You'll get all of the pathways and lessons that are focused on speaking. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share it with anyone who's trying to learn a language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. And if you're ready to finally learn language the fast, fun, and easy way, and start speaking from your very first lesson, get our complete learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account right now. Click the link in the description. When learning a new language, we sometimes have a hard time with things like procrastination, discouragement, or failure. But don't panic. With a good strategy, you'll be able to overcome these difficulties. Are you ready to discover the 4 habits of successful learners? Number 1, optimize your time. When learning a language, it's important to dedicate time to your studies regularly, even if sometimes it's difficult. You're busy with school, work, family, or friends, but you can spread out your learning throughout the day. Study whenever you have small gaps of time in your busy schedule. This can be when you're on the metro, on your lunch break, or while you're exercising. Our podcast learning format fits perfectly into your tight schedule. Number 2, consistency with your chosen method. There are a lot of options when it comes to courses and learning materials. Switching from one method to another can confuse you and disrupt your progress. Focusing on one learning method will make a difference. Our method has been created and optimized by real teachers, so you can stick to it with confidence. Number 3, use your language background. Many languages share some commonalities. You can find words that look or sound similar, or even share the same grammar structure. A little bit of language background will give you an edge while learning. Number 4, study continuously. People are excited when they start learning a new language. The enthusiasm usually lasts until the first roadblock. This can lead to discouragement and procrastination. But don't burn yourself out. Learning a language is a marathon, not a sprint. Don't try to learn it all at once. Break things down into more digestible chunks. Learning step by step might feel slow, but it's an efficient way to learn a language. With patience, motivation, and good resources, you'll master the language. Remember, you can't learn a language overnight, but with motivation and these daily lessons, you'll be on the road to fluency. Give it a try now. Sign up for your account. Just click the link in the description. Want to speed up your language learning? Take your very first lesson with us. You'll start speaking in minutes and master real conversations. Sign up for your free lifetime account. Just click the link in the description.